going on, YouTube family?
What's up, guys?
Welcome back to my channel. I know it's been quite a while, but
sorry about that.
Yeah, we apologize for that. Had some things going on, but everything's all good now, so we're back. Thank you so much for keeping in touch. So many of you have reached out to me saying, "Hey, Shantae, what's going on? Like, when's the next video?" So thank you for that. Thank you for being interested, and yeah, we hope you enjoy this video. Today's video is gonna be 50 facts about us, 25 each, and we have our little wine here.
Like a sir and a madam.
Don't drink until you're 21, guys.
We're watching you.
Unless you're in a country where you can drink when you're earlier.
Yes.
Then, you guys know what we mean. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and kick it off. So my first fact is I once got stood up 3 different times by the same person. So I got stood up 3 times by the same person in like 3 different locations. We planned a date and then he just didn't show up all 3 times. The first time, shame on him. Second time, like, okay, I gave a second chance. Third time, shame on me for even letting that happen.
Yeah. I hope he's feeling bad now when he's watching this. If he's watching this. Loser! I speak 4 languages. I speak Romanian, Russian. They're both my native languages. I speak French and I speak English. And I also, I understand Ukrainian.
You can't speak it so well?
Not really, but if someone speaks in Ukrainian, I can understand pretty much everything.
Can you speak a little French?
Oui, je parle français, mais un peu.
What about Romanian and Russian?
Vorbesc limba română. Este limba mea.
And then,
yeah,
so which one was that? Russian? What was that, Russian?
That was Romanian.
Okay, now do Russian.
Я говорю по-русски. Русский и румынский — это 2 моих родных языка.
Okay, so when Gautier came out with that song, Somebody That I Used to Know, and the featuring artist, and that was Kimbra, I became slightly obsessed with her, like her music at least, and like I bought her album and I was like listening to it every single day. Made plans with one of my best friends, her name is Norla, where we both went to go see her in concert. Norla. Hey Norla. We both went to go see her in concert. Before I went to the concert, I actually did some fan art for Kimbra. Like I put my heart and soul into it, and like I brought it with me to the concert, and I just knew she was gonna see it and love it and take it and be like, this is gonna be my next album cover and all this crazy stuff, right? I was just like ridiculous. So yeah, I'm at the concert right in the front. Like I was in the front, like next to Kimbra, and I'm holding this thing the entire time, like up to her, like, please take this, I love you, blah blah blah. When I tell you, like, she did not even look at it one time, like, well, at least that's how I felt. Like, it seemed like she just was looking over it, like, she just was not trying to take it. On one hand, I understand, because, honestly, like, as an artist, you probably can't take anything from your fans. Like, some fans are crazy. Like, maybe, I don't know, maybe she thought it was lace or something. I don't know, I'm just saying, like, on her defense. And I go to one of the security guards and I'm like, hey, I'm like a really big fan of Kimbra. Can you please like give this artwork to her? I would really appreciate it. Like honestly, all you had to do was say yeah whatever, and then throw it away or whatever. I would have just like, you know what I mean? But what he said was like, oh, what? Really? And then he's like, can I see it? I show it to him. He's like, that's not even good. And then I was like, oh, okay. So then I left, and then I started bawling my eyes out, crying. Like, I was just so sad, crying. And after that day, I vowed never to make artwork for an artist that's still alive, or, you know what I mean? Because, like, they don't deserve it or whatever. But I've been rethinking that, because now I'm, like, so into Marina and the Diamonds, and, like, I so would make some art for her, because she's, like, awesome.
I'm Gemini.
I was catfished not once, but twice in my life.
Damn, Daniel.
I know. Can you tell a trend here. I'm very gullible.
I did theater classes for like probably 4 or 5 years, and we actually it was fun. It was awesome. We actually traveled through Europe a lot with our theater group.
That's
to
awesome.
different theater
So did you guys go to
festivals.
plays and stuff? Is that what you did?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, yeah, you guys, I'm actually supposed to wear glasses because I can't see very far. How do I look? These are my actual prescription glasses. This is so I can actually see properly, but I don't wear them.
Okay, so I've started with a theater class. So while I was doing theater, I visited a bunch of countries like France, Poland, Germany, Czech Republic, Italy, Romania, Ukraine, and Russia. And yeah, I'm currently in the United States, so that's pretty awesome.
One of my best Christmas experiences ever. My parents had like a freaking Jeep and a Lamborghini.
Wow. Oh yeah, you told me about
with
that.
big
That's awesome.
bows on it, like in the living room, like ones that, you know, as kids we could sit in and ride, like press the gas, press the brake and stuff. And let me tell you, the Lamborghini was like so fast. The Jeep was cool too. I was just like be in there just like strolling, little Super Shantae sitting in the little Jeep strolling, and then Chiron's like speeding like in his little Lamborghini. And when I tell you, like all the neighborhood kids was like, man, like so, like it was just so cool, you know what I mean? Like
from all of these countries that I visited, my favorite one is Italy. I love Italy. Italy is beautiful, and I actually want to retire and probably retire there and live there when I'm old, because it's awesome. The climate is so good, and you have mountains, you have the seaside, and the weather is beautiful.
I was a younger kid in grade school, and we went on a field trip to this place called Echoes, where you learn how to live out in the learn how to live out in the wild. You learn about different plants and animals. We had lunch out, you know, outside on like a big hill, and I was at the bottom of the hill with my group of friends, just eating my lunch. My lunch was in one of those styrofoam to go things, and then that to go styrofoam thing was inside of a bag, and then inside of the bag I also had a Snickers bar, right? So I'm talking to my friends, eating my food, and then when I'm done with my food, I just close the bag and I throw it away. Then, you know, when lunch was over, we all went to the top of the hill and to stand in line so that we can all go. And then I remember looking at the trash that was down at the bottom of the hill, and I'm like, oh my god, I freaking forgot my Snickers. I didn't eat my Snickers. And then, still to this day, I regret not eating that stupid Snickers bar. R.I.P. to that Snickers. That fully good Snickers. Anyways, my facts are so stupid.
They're not. They're just interesting. My favorite color is green, and my favorite time of the year is summer.
I'm 25 years old. I was born on August 3rd at like 9:30 p.m. And I'm a Leo. That makes me a Leo. However, I'm not a big believer in horoscopes. Yeah.
I'm 167 centimeters tall. So I'm a short guy. Or that's going to be
Nothing wrong with
5 feet 5 inches. Yeah.
So when I was younger, I was super attracted to Captain Planet. And now that I'm 25 years old, I'm still attracted to Kakashi from Naruto. Yes, don't judge me. Okay.
Okay. I have a younger brother. His name is Vlad. He's my exact copy, but like 7 years younger, and he's single, by the way. Yeah. You guys can find him on Facebook if you want to.
Speaking of siblings, I have an older sister. Her name is Kiki. I have an older brother. His name is Kalim. And I have two younger brothers, Kyron and Cottrell. By the way, Cottrell has a YouTube channel, so shout out to Cottrell. And I have a younger sister, and her name is Shaniqua.
When I was in 4th grade, I had this crush on the girl. I'm not gonna tell her name, but yeah, I had a crush on her so bad, and I wrote her a love letter. And guess what she did? She took my love letter and she read it in front of the entire class, and then everybody was making fun of me. Yeah, that was fun. Hey, cool.
My next fact is I have never been outside of the country yet, but hopefully that is going to change very soon.
Okay. So I got my blue eyes from my granddad, and I'm actually the only person in my close family who has blue eyes. Yep.
Everybody else has brown, right?
Yeah, brown eyes are very common.
So when I was younger, I used to have very vivid dreams. I remember my dreams in particular. I used to always have, number one, nightmares. So like dreams about monsters and zombies. Zombies was a really big one. But I used to always like have dreams that I was Tomb Raider.
Okay, I almost drowned when I was a kid.
Dang.
Yeah, my mom doesn't know that.
Really?
Well, now she knows.
I know because she watches.
Yeah.
So I still love and listen to K-pop, which is Korean pop music, and I love to do dance covers to them. So thumbs up if you guys would like to see a K-pop cover in the near future.
Talking about dressing up, so when I was in high school, I was a big hip-hop fan, so I would listen to hip-hop a lot, and I would actually, I was dressed up in hip-hop style, so I had this large t-shirts and large pants,
Baggy.
So if you can...
Hat.
Yeah, you can probably put a photo
Yep,
of that.
and I'll put a picture of that so you guys can see that.
Yeah.
Okay. My next one is, you guys, I wanted to be a Spice Girl so badly that it literally hurt my heart that I was not a Spice Girl. I'm so serious. Like,
I always wanted to be a pilot. Like, until now, I still want to be a pilot.
Mm-hmm.
I potentially want to get my pilot license one day. I actually had a chance.
We're gonna make it happen.
I actually had a chance to fly a small Cessna plane. It was awesome. It was cool.
So my fashion sense when I was in the 10th, 11th, and 12th grade consists of like a random colored jacket with a belt that would just sit on my waist. Like, it wouldn't be on my pants, it would just be on my waist. I'll insert a picture if I can find one.
I always wanted to have a dog, but my parents would never allow me to have a dog because we were living in an apartment, and it would be too, tough to have a dog in an apartment. And my mom would always say, "Oh yeah, we're gonna buy you a dog when you're gonna be 12." And then when I would
turn 12,
they were like, "Oh, we're gonna buy you a dog when you're gonna be 14." And then we're gonna buy you a dog when you're gonna be 16.
Don't worry, baby, we're gonna get a dog eventually.
Yeah. But it's fine, I mean.
Yeah. So my next fact is I'm going to lock my hair very soon. So look out for that.
Okay. I can eat 4 times a day and not get fat. I'm serious. I once tried to get fat so bad because I was skinny all my life. And then I was like, I'm going to eat a lot. And I ate a lot for like 2 months, 4 times a day, and I did not get fat. I didn't.
So my next fact is I always wanted to be a theater kid, but never was. One, I guess because I'm like, I can be a bit shy. Not a bit shy. I can be shy. So I never like branched out and decided, oh, I'm gonna be a theater kid. It's weird because I really love to dance, and now dance on stage and stuff like that, then I'll be absolutely fine. But as far as like
When it's about acting.
talking or singing or acting, like I have this dream of me doing it, but like I don't do it because like I'm just too nervous, you know, to do it.
Okay, next fact about me. I was actually supposed to be named Andre.
One of my most favorite Christmas gifts, besides the Jeep and the Lamborghini, was the Easy Bake Oven. Does anybody remember that? The Easy Bake Oven? Like, I literally was like a pastry chef with that thing.
Yeah, I never had that, but I always wanted to. I love scary movies, but I like none of the new scary movies. They actually don't scare me anymore. I don't know why.
I feel like that's with most people.
Yeah, it's like they're all
too much CGI.
Yeah.
Like they're trying too hard, kind of.
Yeah. The best one that I like the most is Silent Hill. That's my favorite scary movie. Yeah.
That's a good movie. So I graduated from college with a degree in visual communications and an art studio minor. However, I did not walk across the stage because I went to California instead.
Yeah, we had good times there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I like classic rock. Just like oldies.
Mm-hmm. I used to play with Yu-Gi-Oh cards. What up?
I'm good with animals.
Dog Whisperer.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember the really old Doom and Resident Evil? When I was a kid, they were so scary to me. But if I look at it now, obviously, you know, like the graphics were like so bad, and I'm like, how was I scared?
Didn't notice that.
Yeah, I know.
You were just so into it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Okay. I'm a big Game of Thrones fan. Yeah.
We're a big Game of Thrones fan.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Game of Thrones.
if I could have any dog in the world, it would most definitely be Courage, the Cowardly Dog.
Really?
Legit.
Okay. Okay. I was always good with computers, like my entire life, since I was a kid. I got my first computer when I was in 3rd grade. I would always fix them for my neighbors, my friends, everybody who would find out that I
good with computers.
Be like, oh my god, you gotta fix it for me. Yeah.
So this one time, me and my cousins were at one of my other cousins' house, and we were all outside, like just exploring the woods, like walking deep into the woods, and we ended up finding a tree house.
Really?
Is that freaking amazing or
wow,
no?
One of the facts of my life is I have done amateur boxing for 2.5 years.
When YouTube first came out, like ever, I remember like some of the first videos I used to watch were mashups between Final Fantasy VII and Mortal Kombat. So it would be the Mortal Kombat song like "Test Your Might," but it would be that the people from Final Fantasy, like they would be like Jade, Liu Kang, and it would be like Tifa and Cloud or something. You know what I mean? Like.
Even though I've done boxing for 2.5 years, I actually don't like conflicts, and I try to avoid them
at all costs.
Yeah, at all costs.
My very first boyfriend ever was when I was 18 years old, and I literally thought that he was like out of my league. So he was also my first kiss, so there's that.
Ooh. I love art, and eventually I want to do art when I'm financially stable and I have more free time.
I can help him with that.
Yeah, I kind of want to just paint something or do sculptures or express myself somehow.
That's cool, baby.
Yeah.
Damn. So my very last fact is that I want to cosplay so bad. Cosplay. And I want to go to the Boston cosplay event that they do every year. Are you kidding me? The anime convention? Yes.
That sounds awesome. I want to do it too.
Deal? Yes.
I like extreme sports, and I'm one of those adrenaline junkies. Yeah, like cool stuff, fast rides.
Hot damn.
Yeah.
Yes, so if you guys enjoyed at any point of this video, please give us a thumbs up, leave us a comment below. Thank you guys so much for watching and sticking around even when we're being annoying and not posting like when we're supposed to.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Life happens.
Yeah, for sure. But anyways, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in our next video. All right, guys.
Cheers. Bye.